Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and it's an allergy to pet hair. That is continuing now and forever. Alicia's got her pets over, and we are both allergic to all the various pets in general, so I am very subdued off of the allergy medication. Good for you, bad for me. I don't know why that's good for you. It's not good for anybody. It's a lose-lose situation. I can't feel my face, and not in a fun way like that one guy won that Nickelodeon award for. What was with his weird hair? He was just doing cocaine and talking to kids, right? He's probably a pedophile. Anyway, what is happening in the world? Badness, the week 2 of quarantine, I guess. Shit's bad. Everyone's here all the time. I'm just getting super fat, Uber eating far too many things, drinking too much coffee again. My heart hurts. Other than that, this week I got a guest. I've been calling in and or having people call me. Hopefully we're going to have the same problems on the books soon. I guested on another podcast that I'll talk about after we get done with Nate's section. Speaking of the guest today is Nate Hogan, also known as Nature. He is a comedian, travels nationally doing festivals and stuff. We talk a little bit about how he bills himself and the type of comedy he does. He's a very interesting person, and I love what he's doing because it is far different than anyone else here in the Reno scene, and that's one of the reasons that I was drawn to him initially, because I was like, whoa, another dude who does weird stuff just like me and Nick were doing, somebody who is not out of the box, someone who's not following all the rules that every fucking comedy gatekeeper tries to tell you to do, and he's making his own way. Times are tough right now, though, so go check him out wherever you can. We'll go over his socials and stuff later, but I believe on Instagram he is Nature Dreamweaver, and you can find him on Facebook as Nate Hogan. So, that's enough of that. I'll toss it to the podcast audio, and I will talk to you right after that gets done for a little wrap-up. See ya. And now we are live. Perfect. All right. Now we're all set. Welcome to the show. All right. Don't want to touch that stuff. Wonderful professional setup here. I'm already making noises. Got my apocalypse shelter all decked out with computer screens and random microphones. And today, of course, my guest having to call in because, the world doesn't want anyone to be close together, and that's fine. Sometimes everyone needs a little space. Today we've got Nate Hogan.
Hello.
Hello.
Is anybody out there?
Yeah. And, you've, let's see. How do you brand yourself? I know that there's a holistic comedy is one of the tags I've heard used.
Oh, I try to keep them guessing and even keep myself guessing. I don't like to put myself in a box.
Hell yeah.
I go full spectrum rainbow brand of conscious comedy, cosmic comedy, occasionally psychedelic comedy, definitely spiritual comedy. I've been in the festival community world for 12 years. I definitely make fun of festivals. A lot of people compare me to J.P. Sears, and I did get a great review this year. Somebody who had seen a live show of him in Kauai, and I did a show in Kauai this year, and they thought that my show was funnier. So that stroked my ego quite well. It was great. And I recently was in Austin, and I was going to reach out to him while I was there, and then all this madness started to happen. I actually I didn't run into him, but I saw him and his wife at Whole Foods in Austin. Okay. And I was like, I really wanted to go talk to him, but I was just like, things were just getting crazier by the day at that point. And he just done an event the night before, and I was like, now is not the time.
Yeah,
but it did inspire me to just kind of keep doing my own thing. And I love him, and I watch his comedy. I try not to watch. I watch a lot of comedy to get influenced by and get inspired by all comics. I watch almost every stand-up special on Netflix. I recently watched Tom Segura's new, was it a ball hog? So good.
Oh man, yeah, it's always good to study up on everything and just kind of, know what's out there, because especially if you're doing anything of the moment, plenty of people are fishing from the same pools of information, and so it can be very easy to step on other people's toes. But I think what you do is just so original and kind of out there that other people are going to have a hard time copying it, even if they tried. So it's always nice to see an extremely original creative out there just doing the craziest stuff they can, because boy is life already crazy. And that's what I appreciate about the stuff you do, because we met during a nature silly-mony, I believe it was called, and that was it was so new to me, but it was so much fun to be a part of.
Yeah, I really appreciated your presence, and I don't really live here, but now I'm quarantined here, and since that show, I've wanted to be on your show and do stuff with you, but now I'm hoping we find time to collaborate, and would love to do some sort of or get the Reno crew together and do an online comedy show together, again in the near future. Everybody's kind of begging for the comedy right now.
Yeah, we're pretty hurting for comedy in general everywhere. So it's, really just any entertainment, and so it's kind of nice that everyone is out there just trying to do good for the world. And that's one of the things that I've been trying to talk to with other creatives out there, is just what you are personally doing in order to spread joy to the world. Because as entertainers, I think that's our main job, is to just bring joy to the world in whatever way we can. And just wanted to see what you're doing to continue spreading the joy that you do.
Well, I'm getting into a routine of posting at least one comedy video a day, but I've actually, because I was just at a bowspring method training in Austin, which is a revolutionary postural alignment system that's rooted. It's kind of a new branch on the yoga tree, so to speak. And I've been studying and practicing that for 7 years, and just did another teacher training. And so I was going to be touring, teaching that, and now I've set up 5 days a week. I'm just doing 1 hour at 5. So right after I get on the phone with you, I'm going to go teach a class. And I've been considering, like, I've had all these ideas for comedy shows online, and now I'm trying to consolidate those all into one show, and do potentially. I'm really inspired by Late Night, just by their discipline that they're on 5 nights a week, doing monologues and everything. And I know they got teams of writers and everything and all that stuff. Well, very well produced shows, but it's just like, well, might as well just do that. And I'm trying to share any positive information that's out there that's not too. A lot of friends that are into conspiracy theories, and everybody's trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
and I'm just trying to share the information that's going to help people survive and thrive through this, and holding space for a lot of people. In the festival world, I build sacred spaces of natural and recycled and upcycled materials. So I'm just trying to be that space for people, and kind of hold the midline amidst all of the the chaos and the people. Everybody's kind of becoming bipolar a little bit. One day it's like, no, this is a good thing. This is all right. We're going to make it through this. Next day it's like, fuck this shit. I want out. Let me out of my house. And I also following Kundalini yoga instruction through the Life Force Academy that helps me stay balanced and energized. I've actually, before I came back here, I was supposed to do a 10-day Vipassana meditation, and that's become in 2020, that's become one of my non-negotiables, is to do a meditation every day. What else? Those are the main things that I feel like I'm trying to do for others and for myself. We're all trying to, I think, boost our immunity. One article I read today was that this is something that's probably not going to go away. So really all we should be doing is, we can't really run or hide from the thing, and it's just have the best protection and best medicine on hand, and, again, we need to find a middle ground and not feed into the the fear too much. Yeah, I feel we should be following protocols and staying home and everything, and then it can get to a point of like where it's, you psychologically have the disease because you're so paranoid and you're so freaked out about keeping everything clean and making sure you're not, around people and the whole thing. But everybody's going to have to find their own way. While collectively, I think we're going to have to be in agreement on all these things for a while to flatten the curve, so to speak. As they say these days.
Yeah.
Hashtag flatten the curve.
Yeah.
What about you, Bobby?
I mean, I do enjoy the idea of meditation, and especially in a time like this, because we're all stuck with our own thoughts and selves right now too, and that's part of both spreading joy. I think I'm also trying to espouse the just keeping your own sanity, so that it's the metaphor of you got to put your own mask on before you can help others with their mask, and like the airplane situation.
Sure.
Just making sure that we're all as healthy as we can be. Especially, I like that you brought up the kind of psychosomatic response that if we turtle shell inside our houses, start hoarding things, and kind of do things from a paranoid perspective, we're going to end up poisoning ourselves. And maybe we don't catch the exact virus, but there's still going to be a sickness that we'll be letting into ourselves, and that is not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
no, totally.
Yeah, I've definitely been trying to rid myself of that global anxiety and kind of work through the fog that can be finding your new normal. And I've been trying to reach out to all the creatives and things and set up a situation where we can all continue keeping that dialogue together and just kind of knowing that we're all still here. No one went anywhere, and we're all still there, just kind of waiting for that moment that we get the okay that like things are clear. And it's a virus that's been around, long. I mean, the coronavirus as it is has existed for a while, but not the specific, COVID-19 strain. And so we're going to just have to slowly build up that herd immunity and hopefully have some sort of viral protection in the future. But until then, we got to hunker down and just keep ourselves as healthy as possible, so that as a whole in society we can keep on just finding our new normal and then existing from there in the most positive way we can, because literally not everything can be positive all the time. So we got to work with the negative and just, keep on spreading that joy and positivity.
Totally. And I mean, it really is, to me, it's always going to be a balancing act, because when I was in my young, I still consider myself young. I'm only 38, going on 18. And when I was more idealistic, I guess, and I got first into spirituality and stuff, I thought it was just all about like bliss and ecstasy, and it's kind of a bliss bunny. And I don't really fully, totally buy into all of life is pain and suffering, or that no pain, no gain. But it turns out that, like, in order for us to grow physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we do have to become disciplined, and we do have to put in the effort, and we do have to put in the work. I mean, even with our art, we have to be creative, daily. And the alchemy of transformation is taking the negative or the darkness or the fear or the paranoia. And I mean, this is what comedians do. It's a magic trick, they say. And I actually consider sometimes the really good comics, the best of the best, take the darkest experience. They're like shamans, and they turn it into a joke and make it laughter, and then that's healing, for people. And I'm not a huge. I mean, I tried with regards to Woody Allen, which I like to separate the art from the artist, because he's become kind of a controversial figure in the Me Too era.
Yeah.
But as far as his films go, and his philosophy with comedy was tragedy plus time equals comedy. And there was recently a documentary I actually watched about how certain comics would joke about 9/11 or the Holocaust, and there was a lot of Jewish comics and stuff. Mel Brooks was in it and stuff, and it was cool to just like see them. How do you transform the deepest pain and the deepest suffering into positivity and joy, and how do you heal those ancestral wounds? And I mean, really, my whole life has been about is humor, is how I've dealt with all of the, and comedy is how I've dealt with all of that, and I think that, we, in some ways, they say, that it's cliched and stereotypical or whatever, but that laughter is the best medicine. And in some ways, I feel like comedians are medicine men and women. And, if you get into like the deeper realms of, consciousness, there's a lot of like superficial stuff out there, but I think that comedy is, we're in a whole new era of comedy now, and it's become, unfortunately, in some ways, comedy's become a battlefield because people don't know how to some people don't know how to take a joke. Everybody's so easily offended and sensitive, and how can we joke about these hot topics without hurting people's feelings? But you're always, the thing is like, I feel that you can't make everybody happy. Comedy is obviously, as it's harder than it looks, and not everybody's gonna think you're funny, and not everybody's gonna get you, or whatever, and you are gonna offend some people, and people are gonna take you the wrong way, and we have to be willing to take those risks, because that's the only way that comedy evolves, really.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. There's got to be people that, are willing to not only take their own pain and turn it into comedy, but just taking the pain that we all are experiencing, the overarching ache of whatever situation society is in, and be able to make light of it. And of course, plenty of people are going to take umbrage with, it's too soon, or, like, people died, be respectful. And it's like, we aren't here to be disrespectful. You may not find our way of eulogizing, whatever situation we're in proper, but we aren't trying to be disrespectful. We are just trying to eulogize either straight up people or a situation in the way that we know how. And, like that can be a tough line to walk, but I definitely think that, especially with the way that the internet and all of the social media connection is great for amplifying individual people's, selves, amplifying our individual voices to more than it ever could have been. That can also be a poison, because, boy, being able to talk to all people at all times is a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I definitely think that handling, communication to all a little better is going to be a tough tightrope to walk for the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of want to circle back about, like, that just reminds me of what I've been saying. I've been talking to people a lot about lately, which is I was calling it the 3 M's, but it's not the 3 M's. It's like MD. It's the mass information. We're getting too much information, and then there's misinformation, and then there's disinformation, and there's just this perfect storm of all these informations and people's ideas, and then people's egos get involved, and everybody thinks they know the truth, and not everybody knows the truth. This is a situation where we shall just humble ourselves and listen to experts, not think that, and trust people, not think that everything's a conspiracy and all the media is lying to us and it's all one big sham and all this stuff. And it's just kind of like, let's spread positive information right now. Let's spread the things that we know are true. We know, like, what's going to help the situation. What do we know is going to help the situation? Like, spreading a bunch of conspiracy theories right now, I don't think it's helpful to people. I think it's helpful to tell people to boost your immune system and drink lots of water, things you should be doing anyway, and exercise. And now that you have all this time on your hands, now you can, there's no excuse anymore. You can't procrastinate taking care of yourself, and we can't procrastinate taking care of the planet, and it's just kind of like, like whatever you can back up with scientific proof and facts and article after article, that's the stuff you should be sharing, not the stuff that people really don't have the backing with, and not all the negative stuff, too, that people are. I mean, you have to share some of it, but it's just kind of like, yeah, this is a really good, time to, whatever going back to basics and simplicity and things that we just know for sure that are tested over thousands of years are going to help us through the situation, and for all of us to just come at it like I like to say the Zen mind, beginner's mind, where there's stuff we all know, but nobody knows everything, and the things that we do know and the wisdom that we do carry is such a tiny little fraction in our tiny little brains compared to all the information, knowledge, and wisdom in the universe. Nobody has the full story. Nobody has all the pieces to the puzzle. So it would be nice if we could actually have conversations and dialogues that were kind and nice to each other. I know it's really hard because we're living in a polarized, world. But if everybody's going to share this all different types of information and ideas and theories online, then people have to be willing to be wrong. I have to be able to show up and be like, this is what I know and this is what I think is true and this is what I feel is right, but I could be wrong. If you just add that at the end, whatever you say, then you don't sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
Then people are like, people are more likely to listen to what you have to say if you're willing to humble yourself and be like, I don't really know what's going on, but this is the information I'm getting and I think it's good and I'm going to share it. Not act like a fucking know-it-all and like you're a truther and everybody else is in the Matrix and we're all asleep and, you should wake the fuck up. It's like, yeah, that's helpful, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, I definitely hate that attitude of people that they think that like, oh, here's my truth and everyone else who doesn't believe this is dumb and following one like monolith of bad information. No, like everyone is just working with the best truth that they've learned up until now. And so that's why like I've approached all this of just like, here's what I think I know now and that's what I'm going to work with until I'm proven wrong. Because if I'm proven wrong, that just suddenly means like, oh, like I have been unsafe in these ways and now I need to fix this in order to continue living the best way that I can. I'm not going to like hunker down in one opinion and then just hope that everything else blows over me, because then that's how you get, left with bad info and stuck in the past somewhere. And so I hope to be frequently proven wrong all the time, because usually it ends up making my life easier.
Totally.
Yeah, and let's see. I think we got time to keep on going with one more question here. My thing with all of the quarantining and possible social distancing for an indeterminate amount of time is just picking a goalpost to reach towards. And for me, it's just been planning for live shows in the fall, treating the summer as kind of like a murky time to do more digital stuff, and then just working with digital stuff now. And so I'm just keeping that goalpost of like, plan shows for the way future, and until then, write some scripts, maybe, put some shows in your head and try to film and learn new stuff. So what's some goalposts you've set for yourself to kind of keep you on the right track? If you can reveal them.
I had a tour totally booked, so I haven't said my tour's canceled. I just say my tour's postponed.
Right.
And all the events have said that they will be coming back. Some, Lucidity is saying they'll be in the fall, and we're hoping to do our event in the fall and October. But I'm also prepared for no big gatherings until next year, which gives me more time to just tighten the connections that I have. And so when 2021 comes around, I just have a solid tour, booked, and I have some better connections, and I just have some other, as working for yourself and doing all this, stuff. It just takes so much time to get your presence into all of the channels and things. I'm trying not to set too many goals, but just ones that I feel like are realistic,
right?
And then kind of allow time and space to open up to attract the bigger, better thing, I guess you could say, the big, opportunities, and creating creating a bigger, better, whatever presence online, so that when I go out to do my shows and whatever, then I have larger audiences, or whatever it is, and I get different invites, to different places. It's like where I think we're finding a new way to be a community online. It's actually creating a little more, even though there's a lot of chaos and a lot of arguing and fighting and stuff, I think there's also a lot of just coming together. And like, I just did a e-dance, my first online ecstatic dance last night ever. And, it was weird. I obviously prefer to be together to do group activities, but it was still good to just be dancing with people. And, I definitely shifted, this is definitely, reinforcing the idea that I would like to be on land somewhere. I'd like to just live closer to the earth in general. And I hope to be living in Nevada City by, if not the end of this year, then the next year.
Nice. Those are some good, solid goalposts. I definitely like that. Sometimes you can't plan things out specifically, but you can plan to keep doors open as totally. You go, and that's always a healthy thing to do. Just like be open to opportunity, because honestly, I think of that as like the Forrest Gump routine. Just say yes to everything and see where it leads you.
Well, I like to say yes to almost everything.
Yeah, sometimes you can say no.
I like to joke with people, like with women, or when I'm flirting or whatever, and be like, I would do anything for you except, kill, murder, and steal, and perform acts of terror.
Yeah, there's a small short list of things that we can figure out as we go, but most things I would like to do for you. Yeah, I totally get that sentiment. Where you're like, I don't know what it is yet, but I'm willing to do a lot of things, and until we reach a point, I'll let you know when the line happens. Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay, well, with that, this has been a great discussion. The last thing I like to talk with people about is, where can people find you, and what do you want to plug and show to the world? And then also, what other media besides your own do you dig right now and also want to amplify?
What other media?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I said I'm at Nature Dreamweaver on Instagram is where I'm posting mostly comedy, but I'm also sharing some bowspring and spiritual stuff there too. And then I'm offering free by donation classes and one-on-ones, both for the bowspring method or just kind of like a nest your life healing session. And then I'm teaching bowspring 5 nights a week now, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard time, and those will all get posted, and those are also all by donation. What else? I'm on Facebook as Nate Hogan or Nature Dreamweaver. My website's down, but it's naturedreamweaver.com. I'm going to start posting on YouTube. What else do I want to plug? Oh, there's on 4/4, the biggest thing that I'm promoting is this mass meditation that's going to happen at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. I actually, Bobby, I don't know if you could share it through your source, but I gave you the link.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can share that around.
If you could move that around a little bit, and that's probably the biggest thing. And then if you can handle more of the R-rated explicit comedy, I think Tom Segura's new Ball Hog on Netflix was absolutely hysterical. I laughed pretty much the whole hour.
I'll definitely check that out. I love Tom Segura's stuff, so that'll be real fun.
And then, like I said, I hope we can actually get all the I got invited to an open mic the other night. It would be cool to just get all the Reno comics together to do an online comedy show in the near future. maybe reach out to Austin.
Yeah, I can probably corral some of the guys around here and get some people involved.
I'd be happy to help organize or promote or whatever. We all got a lot of free time on our hands, so
yeah, definitely. I'm hurting for stuff to do, so that's why I was just like, you know what, time to get all the plugins fired up and get a call-in system because I want to talk to the people, all of them.
Yeah, and thanks for inspiring me to get my ass in gear with my podcast, which hope to launch in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Well, thanks for your time today, Bobby. I really appreciate being on your show, and I hope to do this again with you.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. We'll probably have this out here in the next couple days. I'm going to sign off everything and start getting this edited down, but thank you for your time. Hope that your class in a couple minutes goes well.
Okay, peace.
Yep, bye. And that was mine and Nate's talk on just the world, all of it, the world of comedy and the world at large. Thanks everyone for listening to this week's episode. We're going to have some longer episodes out later, but for now, it's just all the little nuggets of things that I can give out to the world. On top of this, go check out Cliff C's podcast. He has it up on SoundCloud. He put it in the Reno Area Comedians page. I'll share it around as well on the socials. Me and him just talk about comedy stuff through there and my history of being in the comedy scene, because I kind of forgot that some of the new kids don't just look into the archive of everything that I've done and know everything that I am, and so that's out there. This week that has passed, Sad Giants has released a new song that came out this last Friday, and it's already hitting the socials super hard. Thanks to Lauren for getting that out on TikTok and just getting me a bunch of fucking plays. And then thank you everyone else who has been listening and sharing it around. It has meant so much to me to see that going around. So check out Sad Giant's new song, Car Ballet. On top of the comedy stuff, there are now 4 EPs out of Austin Baca, myself, Sam Corbin, and David Gamble Jr. Matt Wiegand's is going to come out eventually. I had to dispute a claim because there is apparently another Matt Wiegand out there who makes country music, and we did not want his album getting intermixed with that guy's Spotify profile. So that'll get fixed soon, and Matt's album will be out there. But on all the streaming platforms, you can find The Petri Dish Presents whatever artist you want to look at. And so go check out some of those stand-up albums if you are so inclined to hear our voices again. If not, I will just be hitting up more people to record stuff and hang out and hopefully give you guys more stuff to listen to while you're all locked away. So thanks for tuning in. On the things you should check out front, just go to Netflix and watch Tiger King. I know you probably have already, but if you haven't, you gotta watch Tiger King. It's like the only thing anyone's watching right now at all. But it's totally worth it. It's like a million different stories all rolled into one documentary, and every part of it's insane. So check out Tiger King. Fuck Carol Baskins, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.